views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah, the crowd is in the house. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Open, the one and only show that opens up the Bronx and the world to you. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. Coming up on today's show, we'll find out about an event using fashion to spread autism awareness. Plus, we'll take a look at a home for adult health coming home to the Bronx. And then after that, we'll sit down with an organization working to teach, love, and encourage young girls in our community. Then, spring has sprung, I guess. We'll find out, which often comes with some bad allergies, and we'll get down to the bottom of some tips, what you can do to manage this and reduce the symptoms, and we'll check out a night of music, too. Music networking with Live. I'm going to say Live the Biz, but Live the Biz. And then later on, it's International Jazz Day. And our Music Monday stage features Bronx guitarist Volpe. So stay tuned. All this and more is headed your way. Hey, we're open. Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS, the only live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today, so make sure you stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Now, leading things off, on May the 6th, Champs for Autism will hold their first annual I Believe in Me fashion show. Joining us with all the details, we have founder Stephanie Adu. Stephanie, welcome to the show. First time on?
No, actually, we've been on 2 or 3 times now, so I thank you guys for having us back.
Don't worry about a thing. You're a veteran. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us about what you're doing.
Okay, so basically, we have the Champs for Autism fashion show. And actually, we've been doing it now for 4 years. And what we're trying to do is just bring awareness to autism through fashion. The kids, every year they rip the runway, and basically it's just about empowering children with disabilities.
Now, Champs for Autism, when did you start that?
I started Champs for Autism back in 2014. It's in honor of my son. My son is on the spectrum, and really, in the Bronx here, there's not a lot of programs for children, especially inclusive programs for children on the spectrum. So with the Champs for Autism fashion show, we allow children on the spectrum and children that are not on the spectrum to get together and interact.
Now, for people who don't know, talk about that spectrum. What is that spectrum?
Well, autism is such a wide range. It's a neurological disorder, really, and it affects children in a really big range. So you have children that might be on the lower end of the spectrum. So they might have things such as stimming, which is like where they might be like, waving their hands, or have a speech delay, or you have people where they're higher functioning, where they might not pick up on just general social cues and stuff, or they might be a little quirky, but they all have their own things to put into society.
Very, very smart, too.
And, very smart.
How did you find out your child was autistic?
Well, because I have a background in special needs, when my son was born, I knew he was developing well, but the thing was he didn't hit his speech milestone. And I went to the doctor, I asked the pediatrician, I'm like, do you think I should refer him? And she's like, no, just give it time. Because, you hear boys will be boys will talk late, boys will do this, but I decided to refer him out on my own. And once I referred him out, that's when I got the diagnosis that he had autism, around 18 months.
Yeah. And immediately you took action.
I did.
What did you do?
Well, I ensured to try to get him the services, but the services took extremely long. And that's another thing that I'm trying to break out through the show, is to empower other parents that are waiting on services, because we are in a highly populated area. We have to wait 6 or 7 months, but there's people in Texas that have to wait 12 to 14 years.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to empower other parents to get out there and just create the programs that you want to see within your child. So that's what I'm doing here with Champs for Autism.
Talk about some of your programs. You're
Well-
helping a whole lot of people.
Okay, so the first one is basically this fashion show, and all funds goes towards opening a private school for children with autism in the
Oh,
Bronx.
great.
We were trying to be the first one, but now we're going to be the second one.
That's all right.
But,
We
you
need all the
know,
help we can get.
It is,
Yeah.
which is
Everybody
really
working
good.
together.
Yeah, yeah. And so right now that's our big goal, and also to bring about recreational activities on a monthly basis for children with autism here in the Bronx as well.
Yeah.
And I'm focused on the Bronx because it's pretty limited.
So some of the places that they can go to, before you had your program and started your foundation, where did you take
Take my
people?
son?
Or take
Well,
your son
it was
or
really
other
my
people that you
son
know of?
before I started the program. I would spend a lot of time in Westchester. I'm like a Bronx Westchester resident, but
You're bouncing back and
yeah,
forth. I understand.
bouncing. Yeah, but I spend a lot of time in Westchester because those were the only places I find that was able to service my
So
son.
they didn't have a whole lot of programs.
They didn't
in the
have a whole
Bronx.
lot of programs here in the Bronx,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm really focused on the Bronx because it's extremely limited right now.
How about the public school system? Did they have things in place?
Well, the public school systems does have different things in place, but not recreational. And it's that's not only for children on the spectrum, though. That's all around. It's pretty limited for
Yeah,
extracurricular
yeah,
activities for children.
So the Bronx does lack the support that you need to.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm working
But
with
you're gonna
other,
make it happen. You get-
Absolutely.
yes.
Working with other parents. There's other parents out there, other warriors, that's what I call them, awesome warriors, AUSOM.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all working together to ensure that the Bronx and the children in the Bronx have the programs that they need.
So tell us about what this fashion show. How's it going to look? What are we going to do?
It's a very beautiful show. We have it in the lobby of Bay Plaza.
Uh-huh.
And there's over 300 people that watch these beautiful children just walk down the runway and do
Yeah.
their little pose and come on back. And, you know, a lot of the times through this show, I'll hear parents tell me, oh, this is the first time my child has smiled, or this is the first time I've seen my child in this light. So, you know, it's really empowering for me, and it's empowering for the parents
They're
as
going
well.
to change modeling because, you know, models come down, they don't smile too much.
I know, and you know, it's funny, the children that are into modeling,
They're gonna have
it's
fun.
hard, you know,
Yeah.
it's harder for them, but the other kids, they love it. They
Yeah.
smile and they kill it.
So you have the music and everything. How's that
The
whole thing gonna look?
DJ, the music, we have performers, we have live performers that come. So last year we had like a dance group come, we
Wow.
have singers. So it's just big. The DJ's there, and it's a big show.
Yeah. And how do you continue to raise, awareness after the fashion show? Because the
Well,
fashion show is there to create the awareness.
It's
and
there to
let
create the
people know.
awareness. But my goal now is to really speak to different PTA organizations, go out to different private schools as well, and let them know what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do.
You're working hard for
Yeah.
your son, for your family, and others, and your community.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's important to me.
Yes, yes. So, you have any plans for the future? What's going to happen after this?
Oh boy, I have big plans for the future, but really this summertime I plan on doing like a more like a traveling camp for children with autism, where we go visit different amusement parks and things of that nature. Then when it comes more towards the winter, I'm gonna host.
Do you need
our
like a
second
mobile
one.
bus or something?
We do. We do, but there's bus companies out there that we contract with.
Yeah, but
so,
you get your own bus and you can put the equipment in it that you need.
That would be perfect.
You want to do it?
I would.
I ask for it. Say hello to my friend.
Yes, so we are asking for your support here with Champs for Autism. And if you guys are interested or want to support us or make any types of donations or volunteers, because we're in desperate need of volunteers as well, you can always go to www.champsforautism.com and reach out to me.
What about that bus?
And the bus. Definitely the bus. It would make a dramatic change for children with autism
you
on
can-
and off the spectrum
You
as
go
well.
from spot to spot, educating,
Absolutely.
creating the awareness,
Yes.
hand out your paraphernalia, your pamphlets and all of that stuff. Let people know. Be
Absolutely.
an advocate for your son and our community. Thank you so much. Give Stephanie Adu a big round of applause, everybody. Founder, Champs for Autism. Yes.
Thank
you
you
for your
so
service,
much.
Stephanie. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Open next.
our neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
And welcome back. You know, on May 1st, there's going to be a grand opening for the new Jewish Home Adult Day Health Program right here in the Bronx. And joining us with all the details, we have Director of Adult Health, Meg Sherlock. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning. It's
Like
great
Sherlock
to be
Holmes,
here.
of course.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
All
Yep.
right.
Easy to remember.
So wait a minute, you have one program that's located at one address, but you have a new one.
Yes. So the new Jewish Home, our skilled nursing home facility, and our Manhattan our Manhattan Adult Day program is located on 106th Street on the west side of Manhattan between Columbus and Amsterdam. But we have a brand new state-of-the-art facility that I'm so excited about that just opened this month at 1200 Waters Place in the Hutchinson Metro Center.
Oh, we have to get the crew down there and take a good look at it. You give us a tour?
Yeah, I would love to. It's beautiful. I mean, I think I've had a long career in healthcare, and this is the most beautiful facility I've ever worked at.
What do you offer? What do you have there?
So Adult Day Healthcare is a community-based program. It's 5 days, so we operate 5 days a week, 2 sessions a day, so from 9:30 to 2:30, 2:30 to 7:30, and also on Saturdays. And in addition, we are going to have a overnight program.
Whoa, all right.
Which I'll tell you a little bit about who that's for in a moment. But so Adult Day Health is really a program that provides supportive medical, nursing, social services, physical therapy, occupational therapy, nutrition. So essentially all of the services that someone with chronic health needs would require.
Everything all under one roof.
But you get to live at home
Yeah.
and come to us during the day. We also have therapeutic recreation services. We've done things like have a kids fashion show for the, the children of employees. So we have a lot of fun. We have music therapy. It's a pretty terrific place to be and also focus on your healthcare needs.
Excellent. Transportation.
Transportation is included in the price of the program. So people get transported to and from the program.
So it's a one-day thing. Now, you were
Mm-hmm.
mentioning overnight stays?
Right. So we will probably be one of the only programs in New York City when we open our night program sometime next month. So the night program goes from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. It's really directly targeted.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m.
7 to 7.
And it's really directly targeted at people with dementia who have behavioral disturbances that keep them awake at night, and potentially their family caregivers. I'm sure you would agree that there's nothing worse than ongoing sleep deprivation.
Yes.
So this is a program where we offer recreation therapy, music therapy, programming suitable to an overnight stay, as well as meals and snacks, and nursing is on site.
Yeah.
So it's a way for someone to not prematurely be placed in a nursing home and remain at home. And we can perhaps also work to maybe reestablish a normal sleep cycle with the family and or the provider.
So this would be for a period of time, then you establish a normal sleep cycle, they can go back home.
It can be that, or it could be open-ended for someone who, just is not able to reestablish. But that is going to run 3 nights a week to begin with, and if there is a demand, we will, open it more nights.
That's great to know. You never know. I mean, this is a city that never sleeps, so
Yes.
it's needed.
Yes.
There's people out there that can use and benefit from your program.
Yes. So we also service people who, so we're kind of a one-stop shop. In addition, we have moved along with the times. We now routinely give full attention to both physical and mental health issues.
Great. Excellent.
So if there's somebody who's got mental health problems, but also physical problems, you know, they're welcome with us. If there's somebody with physical problems who's getting a little depressed or anxious because of the lack of functioning, they're welcome at our program.
So tell us about this wonderful grand opening. What's going to happen that day?
So the grand opening is tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we are going to kick it off in the lobby of 1200 Waters Place. And then following that, we will be giving tours throughout the time for any interested parties who want to come. This one is, this open house is pretty much targeted towards referrers, other people in the healthcare business.
Yeah.
But if there is a family member or somebody who's interested in the program, if they simply call us, or just by looking on our website, contact us, we would be happy to arrange a private tour.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Helen is listening. She's our producer. Michael Maxnavi, he's the executive director. They may want to send cameras. I don't know what their schedule is, but I'm sure they'll check it out. And you can ask.
Yes, great. I'd love to.
Okay. Can we do anything here to help facilitate what you're doing?
Sure. I think by, you know, talking about some of the things that we do, we offer nursing care for people who have diabetes in particular, nursing care. We have a lot of fun groups. We do things like nutrition bingo.
Oh, wow.
Or, you know, how do you beat the blues? You know, focusing on introducing pleasurable activities back
If you
into
win
your
bingo,
life.
you got to drink a green smoothie.
No, you actually, you win things like a cauliflower or a pineapple.
Excellent. Where can we go for more information?
So for more information, you can go to our website, jewishhome.org. And I believe that right now you'll see, you know, we've prominently displayed the Adult Day Health Center in the Bronx with photos of just how lovely it is.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm glad you
very
came down to
welcome.
share it with us.
Thanks for having
Meg
me.
Sherlock, give her a big round of applause, everybody. Director of Adult Health, Behavioral Health at the New Jewish Home. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thanks
thank
for
you.
coming by. Now, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. I promise we'll be right back. And you know, every Saturday beginning May 19th, Dear Black Girl will hold a Sister Social. Yes, a Sister Social. And they're going to be dealing with a number of things. Joining us with all the details about this and more, we have Cassandra Pryor. Cassandra Pryor, give her a big round of applause.
Thank you.
So tell us about the things that you do, Sister Social.
Dear Black Girl Incorporated, we are a nonprofit mentoring program. We run out of the Bronx. It's a program that's just focused on empowering young girls, creating and strengthening sisterhood.
Yeah, because when you were here the last time, you were talking about, you know, empowering young girls and getting them involved in certain things. And
Exactly.
I think anybody who can step up to the plate and
It takes a
teach
village.
others to get what they need out of life, I think that's something special.
For sure. And so now we are doing the Sister Social, which we're holding at the South Bronx Community Charter High School.
Yeah.
Great staff, great teachers. They are sponsoring us, loaning us
South
their
Bronx
space.
Community
Yes.
Charter.
South Bronx. So they're letting us use their space every third Saturday, where we will get, it's open to the community, open to all girls.
Oh, beautiful.
Right, interactive fun, just a safe space where girls can come and we'll have workshops, we'll go on trips, do different things.
How important is that, though, to get, take people out of the neighborhood and say, hey, look, this is what's going on, and we can do things other than what we grew up to believe.
Right.
That we're conditioned to believe. We're coming outside of this circle.
I mean,
there's other things in life that we can take a look at.
Right, programming has a lot to do with it. I think that once you let especially the young kids know that they can do anything that they want to do, they could be anything that they want to be, and then you give them the examples, I think that it really just triggers something in them. So it's so important for them to see people who look like them, came from where they come from, doing like amazing things in life. It just opens up a bigger door. And then to have something in your community that you don't have to pay for, that's open to the public. We don't really have that now. It's limited, especially for the Bronx.
That's always a good thing. You
Yeah.
don't have to pay for it.
Don't have to pay for it.
What are some places that you take them?
We just do different field trips. We do days in the park. We've seen shows. We're gonna plan a trip to the Color Museum in Pennsylvania. Museums are fun. Different things like that. Different volunteering work that we'll do. So it'll be
I was
fun.
amazed that growing up in the hood in Queensbridge projects, where sometimes my father would take us, some of the family members, and a group of kids, some of our friends, and go to the country.
Oh yeah.
It's the country, to see cows and horses and sheep and chickens. What? You don't see them running around in the projects.
Right. We actually took them, a few girls, horseback riding last year, so that was pretty cool. It's important. It's definitely important.
So what happens with your sister social? You get a group of girls that come in. What do you guys do?
So we'll have some of the high school girls there to mentor and help with the younger girls. They'll be volunteering.
You sit around in a circle? Or?
No, not necessarily a circle. It depends on the day. The first day, the 19th, it'll be like a game day where everyone can get to know each other. Yeah. When we get towards back to school, we'll do vision boards. We'll just different activities. We'll bring in different people to talk to them. Yeah. Different workshops we'll have, from journal writing to makeup and hair and different things like that.
Good,
so
good. Just teach them how to pamper themselves. And all that stuff.
Self-care matters.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely.
See, that's another thing right there.
Self-care matters. It's so important.
Self-care matters. That's a big movement too, right? You can make it a big movement.
Well,
self-care, because a lot of people growing up, sometimes people don't care about themselves too much.
Not enough. I think that it's just, when you become an adult, it's just a matter of tunnel vision. Like, I gotta go to work, I gotta pay these bills. Not taking into consideration that you need to take care of yourself as well.
So you have any other events coming up?
We are focusing on a fundraiser, a spoken word fundraiser, come September, and we're looking to do a mixer where we can bring in different entrepreneurs and different businesses in the community and put them in the same room to kind of network and see how we can build together. So, but right now it's all about Sister Social, all about getting these girls together every month for the rest of the year, and hopefully we'll surpass that. We're starting with every third Saturday, and hopefully we can do it more.
And anyone's invited, right?
Any and everyone.
You can come from anywhere.
You can come from anywhere. I mean, we are a Bronx-based organization, but you can come from the Queens, you can come from Long Island, Manhattan,
Are you supported
Harlem.
by anyone, elected officials or community or corporate?
We are not supported by anyone.
How are you raising funds?
Between fundraisers, in-kind donations, other people anonymously give us donations.
If people want to write a check, what do they
You would send it to...
wait, before you do that, say hello to my little friend.
Hello.
And just ask for what you want.
We always accept in-kind donations. If you have any spaces available for us, you can go on our website at dearblackgirl.org, dearblackgirl.com. Email us at dearblackgirl16@gmail.com as well.
And what do you need?
We need
everything.
Everything. Everything. Finances, locations, in-kind donations, whatever you have that you want to give, school supplies.
It's a 501c3.
Yeah. It's a 501c3, yes we are.
Tax deductible.
Tax deductible.
All right.
And you will get that at the end of the year. So,
All right.
so it works.
All right. Where can we go for more information? You have a website?
www.dearblackgirl.org.
All right. www.dearblackgirl.org.
Yes.
All right. Cassandra Pryor, ladies and gentlemen, give her a big round of applause. Executive Director, Dear Black Girl.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more next. Well,
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid. A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close. I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us. But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words. These are not my words. These are not my words.
and welcome back, everybody. You know, spring is here. Has spring sprung? We will see. It often comes with a lot of allergies, and joining us with all the details on symptoms and cures, we have Alicia Schwartz with us from the Visiting Nurse Services of New York, Choice Health Plans. We welcome you.
Thank you.
Not a stranger to the show.
No, I'm not.
So people are sneezing and coughing and carrying on. What's happening when spring springs?
Well, there's a lot of
Or
pollen.
spring has sprung.
There's a lot of pollen in the air. Grass is beginning to grow. The trees are flowering away. So that brings a lot of allergies to people. And individuals don't realize they have it. Actually, allergies affect 50 million people in the USA, costing approximately $2 billion in costs just to take care of this. And people don't realize that they have allergies. Some people think they have a cold, and they're not sure.
And it may stay with them for some time.
Yeah.
The duration of the season, or?
It can stay during the duration of the season. Sometimes it ends in the summer, sometimes it doesn't, and actually it comes back in the fall.
Yeah, because we got a number of things. We got the high pollen, tree pollen, you got ragweed, you got mold spurs.
Yeah, and this is the
spores.
6th leading cause of chronic conditions in the USA. So it's up there. It's high up there in symptoms.
So how are we doing it with your organization, Visiting Nurses?
So we teach our individuals to differentiate allergies between colds, because there's a big difference. You know, cold doesn't last more than 2 weeks. Allergies continue on throughout the whole season. They get the itchy eyes, they get the postnasal drip, they get very congested, their sinuses get congested, and then they'll complain, oh, I have a lot of mucus in the back of my throat. Well, there's something happening there, and you got to take care of it.
Is that pollen?
Well, what happens is it's your immune system fighting against normal stuff. So this is our way of our body saying, you know, I don't like this, let me get rid of it, and they start creating some reactions that shouldn't be happening with normal stuff.
So what do we do?
So normally we have to see the doctor. People try to
Wait.
Yes, the doctor should be involved.
Go see the doctor.
Yes.
Okay.
The reason for that is because elderlies tend to take medications. They have chronic conditions that can affect allergies, can worsen their conditions. So we want to make sure that they get treated correctly. Some medications of antihistaminic, which we take over the counter, can affect their medications as well. So we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, so we have to watch what we're mixing.
Yes, exactly.
Over the counter with prescribed medication and the foods that you eat and the vitamins and minerals that you take.
There you go. Exactly. The second thing we want to teach them is how to take care of their homes and how to take care of themselves. Mainly, you need to make sure you wash your clothes and you wash your bed sheets weekly.
Because the pollen can stay in your bed sheets.
You want to you want to make sure they take showers before going to bed. Make sure they get rid of all that pollen that stayed with them when they were outdoors.
Because when you're running outdoors, it's in your clothes and your hair is like a filter.
Yes.
And you're running through and it's picking up all this pollen, and you put your head down on your pillow.
And now you have it.
Oh, I got you. All right.
The other thing we want to make sure is that they cover their mattresses with plastic covers, the covers that are for dust mites, because dust mites also create an allergic reaction to us. And people don't realize that. You want to make sure you clean your nose. You can use the saline spray, or I had a doctor.
Before you go to bed, you blow your nose and clean out your nose?
Before you go to bed and when you come inside your home, because if you're outside, you created all that pollen, it's stuck to your little nasal hairs. So you use a saline spray. I had a doctor that used to say, just take a damp cloth and just clean it inside,
Yeah.
you know, just to make sure you take that pollen. And that's a good habit to come when you come from outdoors, and it's a good habit to do when you're going to bed as well.
Yeah, so clean yourself inside out.
Inside out.
And what about gargling?
Gargling is good. It takes care of the mucus as well. So, you know, a little water with a little bit of salt, mix it well and gargle with it. But actually drinking a lot of fluids is great because that also loosens the mucus out.
Yeah, look at that. So wait a minute. You're going to come in, take your clothes off, maybe dust them out in the bathtub, you know, and then throw them in the hamper, wash those clothes.
Yes.
You don't have to wash them that
You don't
night,
have to
but
wash
put them in
them
the
that
hamper.
night. Exactly.
Get rid of them.
Get rid of them.
And then jump in the shower, wash your tail, and then, you know, blow
Make
your
sure-
nose.
Yes, there you
gargle,
go. Exactly.
saline solution.
Muy bien. That's perfect.
And then take care of your pillows and your sheets.
Exactly, because that's where everything lays.
Now, wait a minute. Well, you don't have to clean your sheets and your pillows every night.
No, once a week. is
Once a
sufficient.
week. Maybe take it and hold out the window and hit it a little bit. Give the pela.
Te pela, no pela. The other thing you want to make sure is keep your temperature in the home around the 60s. Higher than 70 will create mold and all that
okay.
to surface and grow. And one of the things is when there's humidity outside, you want to make sure they turn their air conditioner on because the humidity is droplets of water, but they pick up all that dust and they create it where we're breathing, and we're breathing that in more.
You
So-
know what grows mold? Dust
Yes.
and humidity.
Exactly. So you want to take care of all
And darkness.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So those are the things.
Boy, there's so much that we have to do, right?
Yes.
But that's great.
But
Anything
there's
else?
treatment. There's a lot of treatments, you know. Like I said, you can take your medications, see your doctor. You might have to see an allergist to find out what you're allergic to.
Yeah.
Because that's important. If it's ragweed, you want to make sure that at that time when ragweed is out, you're not outdoors, you're indoors.
And you may want to eliminate the food because they'll give you a food allergy test also. So it could
exactly.
be food allergy, it could be pollen, it could be a lot of things. It could be dust in your home.
That's right. You want to clean the dust from your home, and
Get a good vacuum cleaner.
the best way to clean dust is taking a damp cloth and cleaning the surfaces. You know, spraying things, using Clorox, those strong things can also affect.
Oh, thank you guys so much for all the work that you're doing. Thank you for your service.
You're
Of course,
welcome.
give a hug to everybody over at the
VNSNY.
VNS. I was going to VNS NA NY.
And why?
Your volunteer nurse services. Thank you guys. You guys do some great work. in our
Thank you so
community.
much.
We appreciate you.
Nice
Give her a
to
big hand, everybody. Alicia Schwartz, RN, VNS NY Choice Health Plans. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Bob.
Thank you. That was good information. Man.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go home and do that today. We're going to take a quick break. Stay right there. We'll be right back with more Open.
Coming to you from our BronxNet studios, 4 new shows highlighting some of the best of the Bronx has to offer. We sit down with political leaders on In the District and discuss local legislation, events, and issues. See how the community and business come together with The Bronx Now on BronxNet. Nosotros features leaders from our Latino community. Meet those who are moving to make a difference in public service, business, arts, and culture. Looking for new and exciting dining experiences? Then you'll want to savor the Bronx and try new restaurants and eateries that fill the borough with delicious dishes. We have it all, so experience the Bronx in new and fresh ways on BronxNet.
There you go, that hand. See that hand there? There's a young man right there. I'm going to tell you more about him, but welcome back, everybody. You know, on May the 2nd, Live the Biz, he's going to be holding a music networking event. And joining us with all the details, we have the founder, Walter Tucker. Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
how you doing?
Tell us about what you're doing. Live the Biz?
I live the biz, actually.
Live the Biz.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
live though.
It's live. It's live and live. Yes. As long as people spell it right, I don't. It doesn't matter. So Live the Biz is a music business network and organization where we have monthly music panels with different record labels and publishers, music television channels, to educate the audience on what they do, how they're able to kind of break into the music business, and some tools they can use to propel their careers.
Yeah.
So in our organization, we have independent musicians, we have aspiring executives, writers, producers, the whole bunch. And so they're able to like network with each other as well as network with these major brands and corporations.
Who's some of the people that you're working with?
Wow, incredible. I mean, we've had speakers from every record label in the city, Rock Nation, Def Jam, Universal, Warner Brothers, VH1, MTV, Vice. Pretty much about everyone.
You work with Ty Tribbett?
Yeah, I have some clients. Yeah, so I have clients at Cobalt Music Group that I work with, that I do consulting for. But that's kind of outside of Live the Biz. I'm on both spectrums, the mainstream and the indie.
Because Ty Tribbett's mom, Nisi, she works up at the radio station with us on WLIB.
Oh, nice.
With Bishop Hezekiah Walker. They have a show that's doing fantastic across the country.
Amazing artist, So I have quite a few amazing clients as well.
So who do people who do you serve?
I mean, obviously, I serve the independent community, the independent music community. Yeah, for the indie artists are really trying to figure out a way of how to just make it happen, whether that be through a label or on their own. So I'm a big promoter of education. A big promoter of
first, before you sign anything and before you get involved in the business, you should educate yourself, and you'll be a good person to be right there and help them out with that.
Exactly, because our panels are different subjects. So some panels are about A&Ring, some are about music marketing. We had a music video showcase at Microsoft. We've had different facets of the industry, so they can learn before they kind of jump headfirst into this business.
And how many people have done that?
Quite a bit. You see some of these movies on TV. You got to know some of the horror stories. So I'm trying to just help educate the community in terms of how they're able to watch out for those things and be better equipped at propelling their career.
What's the difference between the music industry then and the music industry now? I'm sure you've had to answer that plenty of times.
I mean, if you talk about the music industry back in the 60s, 70s, and even the 80s, there really wasn't a lot of information that you could research about the entertainment business, the business aspect of it. Whereas now you have the internet, you have platforms like Live the Biz, you have different conferences you can go to, you have LinkedIn, you have Facebook, you have blogs. There's so many tools you can go get information from that you're able to kind of educate yourself and kind of learn from examples of previous artists to help yourself now in the future. So I think today we just have more resources and we're able to just share that information with one another. I think that's a big difference.
Yeah, and they sold the record differently back then too.
Well, of course. I mean, vinyl,
iTunes,
right? Vinyl, cassette. I grew up in the cassette era.
You're telling on yourself.
Yeah, cassette. I was okay. I went back to '84. I was all good. From the cassette to the CD to MP3, and now we're at streams. And so I was able to be one of that generation to see each format grow.
But you know what the 45 is?
I saw my parents. Yeah, my parents had it. My parents had it. But most of the time I saw vinyl records. They were like the DJs scratching. Other than that,
well, they had the 78 before the 45.
There we go. Yeah. I think I would see like Michael Jackson. Bad 45 still spinning.
But that's good. Well, you've seen it all. You can teach now. You can let people know. You have that conventional wisdom. You've been in the business.
Yes, I do that as well. So like I said. In the end of the day, I work at Cobalt Music Group, where I consult mainstream artists and clients, like you mentioned, Ty Tribbett and Kurt Franklin, and a few other people, Mike Will, a few other major clients. I also teach as an adjunct professor at the Metropolitan College of New York.
Oh, good.
So I teach music business there for the past 7 to 8 years.
Excellent.
And now I'm doing Live the Biz, which kind of connects both. It connects, again, mainstream music and those platforms to independent artists who want to learn about the industry.
I like it. The Women of Color event?
Yeah, so
What is that?
Super excited for this. We've had 9 sold-out events. This is going to be our 10th. And it's Women of Color Who Live the Biz going down this Wednesday, May 2nd. And this...
May 2nd?
Yeah, this Wednesday. And it showcases some phenomenal...
And you do it every year around this time?
Yeah, so we do events every month.
Yeah.
But this is our first ever really have an event showcasing Black women in the music industry.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for this. We have the Senior Vice President of Marketing at Atlantic Records. We have the Head of Client Services at Genius. We have the Vice President of Production at Revolt. We have international marketing manager at Epic Records, and we have someone who works in original content licensing at Spotify.
Woo.
So we're showcasing some powerful black
Yeah.
women who are doing some amazing things
Bring
in the
'em
music
out.
industry.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and my co-host, how can I forget?
Who's that?
Aisha Fines.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's a part of the Grapevine TV series that's been hugely successful.
She's
on,
watching right now. Hey, Aisha.
Hey, Aisha. I know you watch it. Hugely successful on YouTube and Hot 97, so she's amazing. So she'll be co-hosting with me as we ask them some really great questions on what they do and just black women in the music industry. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
You're doing some wonderful things.
super excited for that.
So when did you start this?
So this launched November 2016, where I really decided to say, okay, I'm working in the mainstream, but I'm also teaching how can I bring this together to help more people outside of the classroom? Because typically, if you want this information, you go to school, pay tuition, get a class on it, and there you go. But I wanted to open up to people who may not even have a college degree, artists, producers, engineers. So I saved up money. I reached out to all of my friends at VH1, at MTV, at Warner Brothers, and we had our first panel in November 2016. And since then, we've had, like I said before, 9 sold-out events.
Yeah.
We have over 1,500 members in New York City.
Yeah.
And it's just been amazing.
I mean, it's needed because a lot of people watch videos and God bless free, information with the videos. But sometimes you look at a video and say, oh, wow, I can do that.
Exactly.
And trying to go through it without getting the knowledge of what to do, how to be, what to say.
Yes, and in our platform, that's what's amazing about it. People can ask questions and meet these people one-on-one. You can go up to the senior vice president of Atlantic. You can go to the vice president of Atlantic Records and ask them questions and them give you the actual feedback. And then we've had people get hired at these companies. We've had people find their managers and get deals from our platform. So it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Before we go,
Sure.
did you see the White House roast?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Amazing.
A lot of people.
Anytime the White House is getting roasted, now in this current term, I'm all for it.
Some people say, we're never going to do this again.
Hey, I'm here for it. It's all
First
good.
Amendment.
Exactly, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with it.
All right, thank you so much. Where can we go? You got the website we can go
Sure. If you go to livethe.biz/events or you go to Instagram at livethe.biz.
Livethe.biz.
Yep.
Founder, professor, music executive, Walter J. Tucker, MBA. Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stick around. We'll talk to you. We'll take a quick break right here, but stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Music Mondays. You heard about Music Mondays.
I
before,
love
right?
it. My favorite.
We got somebody. Wait till you hear this guy. He's a good friend of the station. He's done a lot of things for us. He's coming up, and then we'll take a look at the Broadway's Bronx Tale.
Okay.
Check it out.
Hello and welcome to Out in the Open. I'm your host, Jackie Triss, and today we're on Broadway to get a taste of the Bronx. We're interviewing Janelle McDermott, who plays Frida on A Bronx Tale.
Growing up in the Bronx, Janelle McDermott always had big dreams. These dreams would eventually and unexpectedly lead her to Broadway's A Bronx Tale.
I grew up in the Allerton section of the Bronx, spent a lot of time also in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. I went to elementary school in Co-op City, and just like in our show, we talk about City Island. I would always spend holidays and fun times, so give me graduation celebrations in City Island.
While studying at the University of Pennsylvania, a dare steered Janelle into the world of theater.
My degree was actually in Africana Studies with a minor in music, and kind of on a whim or a dare from one of my best friends from high school, I went to search online and found what would be my first professional job that way. And so I did that halfway through college. I took some time off school and went on the tour of hair. And so after doing that for 6 months and then going back to school, I decided, wait, this is so possible.
After a lot of hard work and auditions, Janelle eventually landed a role on A Bronx Tale and made her debut on February 7th, 2017.
I play Frida. She's one of Jane's friends. And she's sort of like the spicy friend who really wants to look out for Jane. She loves her friend. And they love playing and hanging out together and chilling on their stoop. But I think Frida's very aware, even in her 17-year-old mind, of the racial realities of the time and the stigma associated with interracial relationships. So when she sees Jane looking at Calogero, the first thing she wants to do is bring the reality. And while she loves her friend, let her know that maybe that's not a good idea. In any particular story, someone who drives action we need to know what drives them. And so Jane, as this love interest and as this wonderful young woman living in the Bronx and seeing this exciting moment of falling in love, Frida allows perspective for Jane so that Jane can actively decide to make a choice. I'm trying to think of what my favorite number of the show is. It's actually a number I don't sing at all, but Sunny sings to Calogero a little bit of great ones. So I guess like, this one could be one of the great ones, but that's all you get. I think people should come to see A Bronx Tale because it's a fun story. It shows us the rough and tough Bronx, but also just the realities of love and a man like Calogero trying to figure out how to be a man in the world.
I'm on the corner of 187th and Belmont Avenue. This was my neighborhood. This is A Bronx Tale.
Janelle shows us that hard work pays off and that no dream is too big. If you want to hear Janelle's vocals in action, visit A Bronx Tale, now on Broadway. For Out in the Open, this is Jackie Triss.
Welcome back. Let's welcome to the stage Bronx jazz guitarist Lou Volpe for International Jazz Day. Yes, indeed. Keep it going at home. Let me feel you. Let me hear you. Lou Volpe, ladies and gentlemen. Lou Volpe.
Thank you.
Now, Lou,
You know, on November 2011, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, for short, they call it UNESCO. They officially designated April 30th as International Jazz Day, in order to highlight jazz and its diplomatic role of uniting people in all corners of the world. How has jazz done that, or music in general?
Well, it's sort of language that that we all speak to, regardless of our beliefs and what we do, what kind of job we have. We all relate to each other with music.
It's a universal language, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
And we see this when we travel to mostly Europe, Africa, China, Japan. Everybody, you know, they just react to the music in such a way.
You've been all over the world, and you've been a great friend to BronxNet, staying Bronx strong, helping us to stay Bronx strong, too.
They've been a good friend to us also.
Look, the #1 fan sitting right up front.
That's
Michael
Max.
Maxnavi. So you're going to be in concert at the Gillespie Theater.
Yeah, we're going to be there on June 26th, and I have kind of a special band coming with me. Some of the guys from George Benson are coming over. Stanley, the bass player, my friend Buddy Williams on drums, and we'll have a few special guests here and there.
All right.
So that'll be June 26th. That's an 8 o'clock concert.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All night long.
All night long until the break of dawn.
Yeah.
I'm going to come in and do the vocals on some of the stuff. Okay?
I hope so. All right.
No,
Foolish.
Give me one of those things that I can
do
play.
the rap.
Mike said he doesn't play an instrument, but you know, he can use his vocal cord, that instrument.
Oh, definitely. We have some vocal parts for him to sing.
There you go. Mike, you heard it, right? Well, our people love you. We're watching you right now. When did you first pick up the guitar?
Oh, God, I started when I was about 12, actually. Unfortunately, I wanted to play the banjo. I thought it was a cool instrument. But they didn't have a banjo teacher, so I took up guitar, you know.
Yeah. Well, you've done well with it. A great choice.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
You would have to sit down with the banjo, right? Would have to be on your knee?
I guess you put it on your knee. Go to Alabama.
All right, so you've been all over the world, some of the places and people that you've played with?
Yeah, well, actually, we did a lot of Japan with Shaka Khan. We did all the jazz clubs for up and down Japan.
Yeah.
And we would do a week in each at the time, the Blue Notes were very big in Japan. And so we did different cities from Tokyo on to Sapporo, and got to see a lot of the country there.
How's Shaka Khan? Good.
She's doing fine. She's not too. Oh, how she'd work with? Oh, great. She was. She actually loves to sing jazz, and more so than her R&B, which is mesmerizing. But she's a great jazz singer. When we played the Blue Note in New York, all the divas of jazz came to see her just to hear what she was doing. And to see what she was up to. Everybody was there.
Beautiful. What's next for you?
Well, we're doing an album now. I'm trying to get all my my musicians together, and we'll be recording at the end, right after the concert, as a matter of fact, June 26th. That's going to be a prerequisite for our rehearsals, and we'll record and put out a new album, which we're calling Before and After.
Woo, okay. We'll be looking forward to that. So Lou Volpe, give him a big round of applause, everybody. In concert at the Gillespie Theater with his group on Tuesday, June the 26th.
That's
That's
a hard word.
Prerequisite. Yeah. I had a tough time when I was doing my PhD. They gave me some prerequisites to take care of first.
I
didn't like them. Anyway. But give Lou Volpe a big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
That's all the time we have for today's show. You can do one more song for us?
Sure.
All right, you take us home. That's all the time we have for today's show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in and checking it all out. If you missed any part of today's show, well, you can tune into the recablecast of Open at 5 and 10 p.m. or you can catch anytime on the web. Catch us at bronxnet.org, or you can watch an all-new episode with our host, Darren Jaime. For all of us here at BronxNet, have a great and enjoyable day, and always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. Of the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you on the radio tonight over 107.5 WVLS. Love you all. Stay Bronx strong. Hey, Lou Volpe. Give him a big hand, everybody. Take us home.